today's video we will be looking at what in my opinion are the best weapons to use in Outbreak. Since it has been a week exactly since the Outbreak Easter egg has released and overall the season 3 reloaded weapon changes have come out, I have been over the past week playing so much Outbreak trying to find out what the best weapons are. And from my knowledge, I have to split this up into two sections. The section of having the best weapon to use for high rounds or weapons, and the best weapons to use for the boss fight, as that is such a big part of Outbreak right now. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe as that will help out so much. We're 300 subscribers off of hitting 17k. We hit 16k just last Saturday, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you all so much. Welcome to the community. And if you have been here all along, thank you so much for watching this video. And also be sure to drop a like on the video. Can we hit 65 likes? I know we're kind of going up and down with these like goals, but I think 65 seems like an appropriate one. So be sure to drop a like on the video. And another really quick thing I need to point out, you will have a different opinion. You will feel differently about these weapons, and I will not be giving any attachments. The reason I am saying that I'm not giving any attachments is because every single time I actually give one or tell you a certain attachment layout for a certain weapon, I always mess up because I am not a huge professional with the whole attachment situation in Cold War. I just put on whatever looks like it's giving me the most stats. And also with the whole different opinion thing, you will feel like maybe other weapons are better, and if that's so, be sure to comment down below, let other people know, and also me, maybe I haven't tried out every weapon to its fullest. Without further ado, let's get right in. So the first thing we're going to go over is the weapons that are good for the boss fight in Outbreak. Now obviously there is going to be a totally different section for the best weapons to use for high rounds. I will put a timestamp down in the description for both of these sections if you want to go just skip over to certain parts. So the main two in my opinion that are great is either the M16 or the Gallo for the boss fight. The reason I say this is because the M16 or even the Carve are amazing weapons to deal a lot of damage on Legion's chest area. And the reason I say the Gallo is because not only can it do that, but it can also be a weapon that you can use to destroy the orbs around the boss super fast. Another weapon that you could definitely opt out to use for this is probably the ray gun. Now yes, a wonder weapon, and I did mention in one of my videos, do stay away from them, but I've been seeing so many people in the community, whenever they unlock the ray gun and go into the boss fight, they use it the most to take out the Legion boss's chest area. So if you do end up getting the ray gun, make sure to pack a punch it to level 3 and try it out in the boss to be a weapon to take out the chest area of the Legion boss, and also any, let's say, mimics, manglers, or any bosses around the arena in the boss fight. Another really good weapon to use is the Hower, but I prefer using the Gallo since it does have a slightly faster fire rate and it's more reliable since you can hold down the trigger at certain points. And the Farah and the PPSH are also great weapons to just use overall in Outbreak. Maybe not perhaps certainly for the boss fight, but they're very good to use for the earlier rounds. For example, if you decide to spawn in and then you want to go to the boss fight, the PPSH has a really good fire rate, the Farah is really good with the critical shots, and you will be able to use those weapons, let's say in objectives around the map, and be able to basically unlock, for example, a higher rarity of the M16 or the Gallo from the certain challenges that are around the map, which is definitely something I recommend for you. And another huge part of making the weapons really good in Outbreak is the fact that you actually have to complete the objectives. They have become so important for going for high rounds or doing anything in Outbreak that making these weapons good will require you to complete those objectives, because you get so much salvage, so much essence, which will both combine for pack-a-punching and leveling up of the weapon's rarity. And also, for example, there's a specific challenge which is a crystal challenge where the crystals are orange and you have to go around within a time limit. There's no timer or anything, you just hear a sound. If it becomes more intense, the music that is, the timer will run out and you'll mess up. But if you get every single crystal, you will unlock an ether tool which will increase the rarity of your weapon. So again, to make these weapons so much more better for the boss fight and so much more better to use in Outbreak, definitely complete every single objective for the essence, for the free perks, for the free weapon rarities, and definitely have your gun loadout custom variants so then you can throw them on whenever you spawn into the games. And now let's quickly go over the high round strategies. So I've been seeing a lot of people in the community using these weapons. I've been using them myself and trying to figure out what is the best weapon to use for high rounds, and to my surprise it is still the Hower. The Hower is a very good weapon to use, and especially with the huge change that has just arrived in the game with the health cap of the zombies, especially in Outbreak, being until at least I do believe around the 20s or even higher, because Outbreak is so much more different than the normal round-based maps. So I myself, I'm not entirely sure what round the health cap kind of comes around in Outbreak yet. If anything in the community comes out, I'll maybe pop it down in the description or in the comments so some of you will know. But the Howler can be a reliable weapon, since obviously if you pack a punch it and upgrade it and use the barrel that gives you the most damage, you will be able to be super close up to every single zombie, Mimic, Mangler, Panzer, Megaton, and be able to destroy them. Now obviously with the ammo mods also, it makes it so much more better for high rounds. So you could opt out to use Deadwire, which will increase damage on the Megaton. You could opt out to use Brain Rot, which will basically give you a zombie that will help you out for a very long amount of time and take out a bunch of zombies, so on so forth. This will be kind of a more strategy based thing. I'm just here to tell you what in my opinion is the best weapon to use. But aside from the Howler, obviously the wonder weapons, and this one's kind of very obvious because the wonder weapons they're called wonder weapons for a reason. They're powerful weapons that you can use up until a certain round, and obviously they will start dropping off, like the Ray-K, DIE, and especially the ray gun. The ray gun is great to use in Outbreak game mode, and I definitely 100% recommend for you to do it as early as possible. And a great way to actually get a ray gun is from the Orda boss. And the cool thing about the Howler is it is an absolute beast against the Orda boss. Another weapon that you could also opt out to use for higher rounds could potentially be the Gallo, but from what I found out, the Howler is so much more reliable to use specifically for high rounds. I hope this video did help you out in some kind of way. All the weapons in the game are kind of questionable at this moment. We don't exactly know why they increased the health cap of all of the zombies to this ridiculous rate. Could be potentially because they're planning to add double tap or any kind of other mechanic into the game that will increase the weapon's damage, but it's definitely more difficult. And Outbreak is an incredibly challenging game mode now, which means some good things and some bad things. Good because it gives you a challenge, bad because it went from being a casual game mode that new players could hop onto and kind of get a feeling of past Warzone kind of experiences to now being absolutely bombarded by zombies. So if you are one of those players, definitely try out the Howler. It's a great shotgun to use. And if you're planning to go for the Easter egg and try to kill the boss, definitely the M16 and the Gallo combination is glorious for this. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know this was a slightly fast/long video. I tried my best to kind of explain to you everything I could. If you're new here again, be sure to subscribe. So close to 17k subscribers, and obviously we're going for 20,000 hopefully by the end of this year. And I'll see you all guys in the next one. Peace out.